Hello again, it's me, Hat Man. It's just gone 7 o'clock on Tuesday the 9th of March 2011. It's been 23 years now to the day since my mum died, passed away, as some people say, passed on, gone on to the, netherworld. Some people believe in heaven, some people believe in that, but that's not what I want to talk to you about today. No, I want to talk to you about this. Do you recognise this? Well, you should do. Every household in the country is going to get one. It's the census, isn't it? Yeah, 2011 census. Now, we complain about the credit crunch and the economic crisis and the harsh cutbacks and government austerity plans and things. And yet, this census, they do them every 10 years, The last one, I think, was in 2001, wasn't it? This one's costing £485 million. You just wonder, don't you? We're in the biggest financial crisis that the country's ever known, and we're spending, £500 million practically on gathering information about ourselves, information that we already know from one way or another. It's like all these government things they do. They're building these super databases. That costs about 12 billion. That doesn't work. I think they scrapped that, haven't they? It's like, the MOD procurement exercises. They spend, 20 quid buying a toilet roll or something. It's not laughable, really. It's serious. It's just people who are ripping us off, ripping the government off, ripping the country off through all these stupid buying procurement practices and things. That's why we get helicopters that can't fly in the rain. That's not much use. We get aircraft carriers that can't carry aircrafts. They cost about £5 billion. And then there's some contract they got to build some ships or whatever, and they're not going to build them, but it's still going to cost £2 billion not to build them. I don't know. Don't ask me what the country's coming to. Anyway, here's my census. I better put my glasses on, because you can bet your life, they've probably printed it in text that you can't read unless you've got glasses on, that when you get to be around my age, I only look like a teenager. What are they going to be asking me? I heard them talking about the religious question. No, they've done it in quite large print. I can read that. That's not too bad. They've done it in quite large print, so normal people can read it. And then there's what's this? Some sort of information leaflet about it's time to complete your census questionnaire. I'll have a look at that in a minute. It's got a bus on there with men out of cardboard. What's that all about? Cardboard? That raises the subject. I'm off the census now. Oh, I like my cereal like the next person. And I've been planning to do a talk for maybe about a year. Yeah? About serial killers. Serial killers. It's a pun. But when I was going to talk about serial killers, I was going to be talking about the amount of sugar and salt that they put in our cereals, our common old garden cereals, whether it's Weetabix, cornflakes, whatever brand it came. They've got, some of them have got about 30% sugar in, and 2 and 3% salt and everything, all to add a bit of flavour and stuff. But what I heard on the news yesterday was it ain't what they're putting inside the packet that's killing us. It may well be the packet itself. Because you see, a lot of these, who's this made by? This is Sugar Puffs, but who are the people, what's the company? Is it Kellogg's? Is it Nestle? Is it some other big company? I don't know. But anyway, they all use this recycled cardboard, don't they? This recycled packaging. And recycled cardboard, I was learning yesterday, listening to the news, is made out of old newspapers that have been reused. These newspapers have this printing ink on it, and apparently it contains all these mineral oils, which is good for printing, but not so good for your system, your circulation. Apparently they're carcinogenic, cancer causing and stuff like that. And it's been found by some Swiss scientist or intellectual or something. It's found out that all of these mineral oils is trapped in this cardboard here, this recycled cardboard, and it's making its way, it's permeating these really, you know, quite thick inner lining bags in which you've got your cereal. In this case, I don't think you're surprised to hear that it's sugar puffs. Yes, to be quite frank, I only get chili paste. Those mineral oils are getting through the lining into the cereal itself. And apparently creating levels up to 10, 20, even 100 times higher than is good for you. So it gives a new gives a new spin to the term serial killers, doesn't it? Anyway, getting back to the census, they're going to ask us about religion and stuff. And I think they was going to change that question on religion so that the Darth Vaders and the other people from Star Wars couldn't create their own religion, you know, because they were going to put in this thing. Well, I haven't had time to study this because I've only just opened it, and like you, it's not going to be top on my priority. When we got to get this back, Brian, let's see if it tells us here. Your census response is required by law. What are you going to do? Bang us all up in prison? Yeah, I don't know about that. When we got to get this in? There are two ways to complete it. Your questionnaire, or you could do it online. I might do that. Just work through that. And talks about accessibility. And then you can also do it on paper. And that's what it tells us there, which is why they've sent us this paper thing. It might have been an idea to get in touch with us online before they sent these paper ones out, yeah, to see if we wanted to do it online, and then they might have been able to send maybe 10 or, well, say maybe send 1 million less out. You know, that's got to save a couple of million quid, hasn't it? £485 million. No wonder this country's going down the shit. I'll tell you one more thing before I go. Do you hear about this banking boss, Barclays Bank? I used to Barclays Bank these, and what's his name? Bob Diamond or something like that? They talk about restraint in terms of bankers' bonuses. They've got this new Merlin agreement with the Bank of England. Merlin, wasn't he a sorcerer or something? That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like sorcery to me, because this guy Bob Diamond, talking about billions of millions of pounds, he's got a bonus of about £5 million for 1 year. That's his bonus on top of what he earns, which is a couple of million or something like that each year. And they try to tell us we've got to be paid this amount of money because we're the good people, and if you don't pay us this amount of money, then we won't come and work in your banks and make lots of money for you. They're not making us money, they're losing us money. The other thing I heard about Northern Rock, you know, they split Northern Rock. I think the government had to bail Northern Rock out a couple of years ago. I'm going on a bit, I didn't mean to speak about all these things, but it is interesting. Northern Rock, they got bought up by the government for, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 million quid. Who knows? The government probably don't know either. They paid all this money, and they separated Northern Rock. I think they was a building society, weren't they? They weren't a bank. They separated them into two parts. One was the good bank, and that was supposed to have all the deposits in. Now, I don't bank with Northern Rock, but if you did, that was quite reassuring. All your savings and everything was going to be secure. And then the bad part, that was the investment part, the risky thing, the giving loans to people who couldn't pay them back, you know, this subprime market and all this kind of nonsense. They separated that off into the bad bank. Well, it turns out today, I hear, that the good part of the bank, with all your money in it, is making a loss. And the bad part is making a profit. So which is the good part of the bad? Oh, they don't know, do they? This is economics. So they've got this advisory committee, the Bank of England, to advise them on whether to put interest rates up. There's about 9 wise men and women or a couple of people, and they give their views every month, usually on a Thursday or something. Yeah, we should hold interest rates or raise interest rates. Now, move interest rates. Interest rates about 0.5% or something. I mean, you might as well, you know, go and put your money. I don't believe in gambling, but put your money on the dogs. It's then stand a better chance of making some money. Anyway, I don't believe in gambling. No, keep your money in the bank or the post office. At least it's going to be safe. We hope. The post office is going to be there. I mean, this didn't arrive until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And they're talking about that Mandelson was going to do it, weren't they? The Conservatives, or the Lib Dem Conservatives, or whatever you want to call them, the Con Lab, or the Con Libs, or I don't know what you want to call them, the Lib Cons. Anyway, the coalition government, they're bound to get rid of the post office, aren't they? We won't get posted, we'll get a delivery of post once a week, once every 10 years probably. Anyway, all I'm saying is, it's that the government, they're just trying to save money, and yet every day, millions is being wasted. Like this census, this senseless census. I can tell them what they want to know. Come to me, give me 400 million quid, I'll tell you. Why for that? Tuesday the 9th of March 2011. This is just a test for my census talk. I had some things to say.